أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Welcome, friends. You know, we've been on this incredible journey together through some of the most profound spiritual realities in the Qur'an. We've looked at the throne, we've talked about true generosity, the things that can corrupt our soul, and then the Qur'an does something completely unexpected. It just pivots, becoming incredibly beautifully practical.
Because, really, what is faith if it doesn't actually shape how we deal with each other in our most normal, everyday interactions? Today, we're going to explore how the Quran takes the highest spiritual truths and grounds them in our agreements, our debts, our contracts. This is all about writing trust directly into the fabric of our lives.
Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to start with, get this, the longest single verse in the entire Quran. And it's not about cosmology or some grand prophecy. It's a detailed, meticulous blueprint for how to document a debt. And this tells us something so profound about human nature and about how divine justice actually works.
The instruction couldn't be more direct. Put it in writing. This isn't just a friendly suggestion. It's a command from the divine. It's as if God is teaching us, look, true faith isn't just some warm feeling you have in your heart. It has to show up in your paperwork. Justice isn't something we just hope for, it's something we have to document with total clarity and fairness.
And the verse lays out this perfectly clear process. Step 1, write it down. Simple. Step 2, have a neutral third party, a scribe, write it justly. Step 3, and this is so important, the person who actually owes the debt should be the one dictating the terms, taking full responsibility. Step 4, call in witnesses to protect the truth. And then step 5, and this is so real, so human, the Quran says do not be weary of writing it all down, no matter how big or small you think it is. This whole structure is a mercy, you see? It's designed to stop arguments before they start and protect everybody's rights.
But, as with everything in the Quran, there's always a deeper layer. There's the outer law, and then there's the inner wisdom. So let's take a moment and turn that mirror towards ourselves.
So you have to ask yourself, why? Why all this incredibly careful detail? Is it really just because we live in a world where we can't trust other people? Or is there something much, much deeper going on here? Something about our own inner world?
And this is where the perspective just flips. The outer reason, that's obvious, to keep us from arguing with each other. But the inner reason, the one that can really change us, it's to protect you from your own self. This command to write things down, it's not primarily about distrusting your brother or your sister. It's a merciful recognition of our own human weaknesses.
See, here's the thing we have to understand. Our memory isn't like a perfect video recording. Psychologists will tell you it's reconstructive. Our ego, our nafs, has this sneaky habit of forgetting things that are inconvenient. Our desires can subtly edit the past to make us look better. Our intentions might be pure today, but they can change tomorrow. And circumstances, they always shift. So that written word, it's actually a shield, protecting our most precious relationships from the quiet little deceptions of our own ego.
The great Sufi master, al-Qushayri, put it perfectly. He said, the nafs rewrites what it cannot justify. Just think about that for a second. When we leave our agreements vague, we're basically leaving a back door open for our ego to sneak in later and change the story to suit itself. Writing things down is a powerful act of spiritual discipline. It's how we tie the camel of our ego so that we can then truly and freely put our trust in God.
So, what's next? Well, the very next verse takes it a step further. It asks, what happens when you're traveling and you can't find a scribe? What happens when all the external systems we count on just aren't there? The Quran immediately shifts focus from the written contract to the contract that is your character.
And this is where we get to the absolute heart of the matter, the concept of amana, or sacred trust. When there's no paper, no scribe, no witnesses, amana is the final contract. It's the raw, unfiltered measure of our integrity, of our faith in action. It poses the ultimate question, doesn't it? Who are you when no one is watching and nothing is written down?
And notice how central this is. The prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, didn't say betraying a trust was just some minor flaw. He identified it as one of the 3 core signs of a hypocrite in faith. That tells you everything you need to know. Amana isn't a side issue in our spiritual life. It is right at the very heart of it.
And then the verse gives this really chilling warning about someone who, when they're called to be a witness, hides what they know. It says that person has athimun qalbuhu, a sinful heart. Now notice, the Quran doesn't just say the action was sinful. It traces the sickness all the way back to its source, a disease deep inside the heart itself.
So,
How do we actually bring all this incredible wisdom into our own lives? How do we go from just understanding it to really living it? Let's just take a quiet moment together for some honest reflection.
So, O seeker, let's ask ourselves with real sincerity. In my relationships, in my work, in my finances, where am I just kind of relying on vague assumptions instead of real clarity? What are those difficult clarifying conversations that I'm avoiding today that could prevent a lot of misunderstanding and pain tomorrow?
And let's challenge a really common misunderstanding. Do you sometimes feel that asking for clarity or for something to be written down is a sign that you don't trust someone? The Qur'an teaches us the complete opposite. Structure doesn't oppose trust, it protects it. It is an act of profound love and real care for the future of that very relationship.
So here's just a simple practice for the heart. Today, take just one agreement in your life and clarify it. You could even write it down. Maybe gently try to repair one little area of ambiguity in a relationship with a kind and clear conversation. And finally, just take a moment to reflect on a disagreement from your past and ask yourself, with total honesty, where might my own memory have quietly reshaped the truth?
All right, let us close our time together now by turning our hearts to the one who knows all that is hidden and all that is written.
O knower of what is hidden and written, make my dealings as clear as my prayers. Let my trust be true and my words be just and my heart free from betrayal. Amen.
This reflection was put together with gratitude by Mir Ali Shah, a seeker sharing through the Living the Wisdom of the Qur'an podcast. We humbly ask for your prayers, and we ask God for forgiveness and acceptance, especially for any AI-related mispronunciations or errors. Peace be with you.